Welcome back to Let's Talk Business. My name is Maria Medina. I'm your networking and business coach. And today I am joined by the wonderful Heba. Heba, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are, where you're based, and just anything else you'd like to tell us about you.
My name is Heba Morsy. I am the founder of Advanced Skin Lab. I am a licensed clinical esthetician based in Mission Viejo. I specialize in non-invasive corrective skin treatments.
Awesome. How long have you been in the industry?
About 4 years now.
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So, in your entrepreneurship industry, in your entrepreneurship journey, what would you say has been your greatest success so far?
So I've been a serial entrepreneur for about the past 15 years. We had owned Baskin Robbins franchises down in San Diego. And this particular business with Advanced Skin Lab is my own personal baby. This is the one that I have begun, launched, and am so proud to say that I'm thriving in right now. So with this journey, I kind of find the excitement of finding out the scientific facts behind the devices that I'm using, the products that I'm using, and then actually seeing them get results in my treatment room. That has been the most exciting factor.
So, starting that business in itself has been your greatest success.
Yes.
I love that. I love that because I had a franchise before I became a coach. I don't know if I told you this. I probably did. And so I used to own a Minuteman Press franchise, which was a print shop. And when I launched the coaching network, the feeling was so much different because it was me. It was my brand. Right. It was what I had created. And yeah, if you were to ask me, like, what's your biggest success so far? I'd be like, launching my own business, my own
Exactly. Not having corporate telling you how to run your business, but still gaining that experience and knowledge where you're able to apply it to your own. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. I don't think I would have been able to, I won't say I wouldn't have, but I wouldn't have been able to launch it as quickly and as successfully if I hadn't gone through the franchise experience first.
Absolutely. I agree.
So with anything in entrepreneurship, it's not all, rosy days and sunshine and puppies, right? There's ups and downs. What would you say has been your greatest challenge so far, and how did you overcome it? Or are you still overcoming it? Like, what do you think so far in entrepreneurship?
So with having your own business, you are solely reliable for everything, right? So paying your bills, your overhead, if any, paying your rent, it's all on you. And the challenge was exposure, right? So with Baskin Robbins, for example, it was the name that brought in the customers. Everybody knew what Baskin Robbins was, and they've been going there for 75 years. Nobody knew what Advanced Skin Lab was, and how am I different? And am I just another, skin laundry place, or am I just another esthetician? What makes me different? I think the challenge was to get the right exposure that I wanted to represent what I offer in my business and how I'm different. So for me, that was the biggest challenge. And I think it's still ongoing. It's a continuous challenge that I have, because not a lot of people know what a clinical esthetician is, as to what an esthetician is, as to when to go to the dermatologist. So for me, that's been my biggest challenge so far.
The educational portion, the brand recognition portion. And I think it also affects us. I was just on a call right before this where we were talking about it's also being in the right rooms where you're telling the people that you need to tell, hey,
right,
this is who I am, this is what I do. So finding the right messaging so that people understand what it is that you do, so that they know if they can't use you themselves, if they come across somebody that could use your services, they fully understand what you do so they can send them to you.
Exactly. I have a hard time. Like, I love acne, and people always laugh at me when I'm just like, oh, acne. I love it because I love to see the transformation in the clients once, like, I start the treatment on them. And it's not invasive and it's not burning, it's not laser or anything. But when I see people on the street or at a counter or whatever, and I see it, I'm like, do I or do I not say anything? Like, I don't want to offend them. So I just leave it and then just hope that one day they'll find me.
I don't know, right? Because you're right, because it is about appearance. It's like, going to somebody and be like a dentist and be like, hey, I could fix your gap in your teeth, like,
And they're like, oh, wait, I have a gap in my teeth.
and you're like, what?
Exactly. It's like, I can fix that. But then again, they're
Yeah.
like, what? So
Yeah.
it's a really
I
fine
mean,
line.
yeah, you could go up to somebody and be like, I'm not sure if you've done anything before or tried anything before, but this is my card and you can go because you have videos on social media, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go check out the results, see what I can do if you're interested. And then just like run away.
Call me.
Right? Right. Yeah, it does certainly take a certain type of person. Like, I mean, I grew my business through door to door. The first one, I went door to door. And then when I got my coaching business launched, I still did door to door. And it isn't for the faint of heart. And you have to go in prepared to hear those no's. But you also have to go in knowing what you want to say. Like, what is going to bring value to the person that I'm talking?
Right.
It's about them. It's no longer about you.
Articulation where you just, for each person, yeah, it's to articulate it. The delivery is 100% what's going to make it or break it. So, yeah.
So what would you say, hey, if I had known this before I started, whether it was Baskin Robbins or this business, if I had known this before I started my entrepreneurship journey or this new business, I wish I had known this. What would that be?
Never start with your friends and family.
Oh, I like that. Why not? Tell me more. I am sad.
Right. So first of all, friends and family always want the discount, right?
Oh.
The friends and family discount. And then it's still the beginning phases of testing out product, testing out devices. And they are going to be your harshest critics, right? And then they remember that. So they bring in your business side into your personal side. And that's not always a good blend. So what I've learned now is I have 2 people that are my go-to for when I go to like conventions and I get a new device or I get a new product. They already know what I'm going to ask. I'm like, you want to be my guinea pig? And they're like, yes. So we've already established that this is a trial and error. I still need to read your skin. I want to see how this product reacts. And so I have one younger girl and then one more mature lady where I can try on different skin textures before I start actually applying it in my treatment room. With friends and family, they'll be like, oh my God, remember like 5 years ago when you did this and it zapped me? And it's just like, no, I don't. Why do you still remember something like that? That was like,
right. They're a little bit too comfortable.
They're a little too comfortable and then they just don't forget. Right. So when I establish with my 2 girls that, okay, this is a trial before I actually do it on clients, I find it's best to have that professional relationships separate from personal.
Oh, I like that. My wife does have a rule. She says never do business with family.
Yeah.
And because it like unless you don't like that person. It
makes it complicated. And then sometimes it makes it really uncomfortable. So like I have a friend who wanted results and I couldn't give her the results that she was looking for because of her lifestyle. But I couldn't really tell her that. So I just told her, you know what, your skin is beautiful. I won't be able to give you the results that you're actually looking for. I mean, your skin is flawless. So that was my way of kind of breaking up and not establishing it, but I knew that it would become a potential problem.
Yeah, that's awesome insight. So if there's a small business owner that's starting off right now, what's one resource, whether it's a book, a podcast, a person that you would introduce them to that you think would be beneficial to them as they're starting their entrepreneurship
You
journey?
recommended this book to me, and it was The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. I love that because it not only encourages you to enhance your skill, whatever it might be, but to learn the business side of it. You can be a surgeon, but then not know the business side and the back end of running your business, and you will not succeed. So having a business degree and background, I think that's helped me with my business. And I've also become now a aesthetic educator and go to the cosmetology schools and teach the back end of becoming an esthetician or a cosmetologist. How do you run your business? How are you looking at your numbers? How are you setting up? What permits and licenses do you need? So that's what I preach. I just preach business, business, business. You got to not only know your skill, but you also got to know the back ends of your business.
And I think to an extent, at first, you're going to have to do it yourself, but you're going to have to continue to know what's happening in your business for when you delegate, outsource, so that
Absolutely.
you're keeping an eye on the right things. Because as much as you delegate or outsource or give it to somebody else to do, you're going to have to stay on top of it because this is your business.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. You need to know where your feet land when it comes to tax season, when it comes to being audited, when it comes to inspections. There's just so many different kind of protocols that you need to follow, whether it's financially, whether it's up to code, for county, state. It's a lot. So if you don't know it, that person that you've allocated or delegated to might not be available. You need to answer the questions to your own business.
Yeah. When I had I don't know if you ever had to do this at your basking room. Did you ever have to scoop ice cream?
Oh, yeah. We started from the bottom up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, I had to
cakes.
know how to
I could make 24 cakes an hour.
There you go. Yeah. You have to know because the moment that, the vendor or even like your staff doesn't show up, the business still has to run.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to be the captain of your own ship.
Yeah. I always like to end these on a fun note. So what is one fun fact that not many people know about you?
When I'm talking to you, I am secretly analyzing your skin. So what's the analysis? When I see skin conditions, I automatically kind of just look, scan, analyze, and then try and reach the target source of what's causing the condition. So if it's like sagging or aging, I'll think, okay, is it elasticity from collagen or is this muscle? The acne, what type of acne? And is it cystic or is it a reaction to something? So automatically when I'm talking to people, I am doing a skin analysis. I feel bad, but it's natural right now. And it's kind of like solving a puzzle for me. So I just kind of, everybody I meet, I do it. I'm sorry.
No, I love that because I used to have a dentist friend, right, that I had known for years, and I didn't go to him until for like a while. But he said whenever I meet anybody and he's like, I can tell like when people have gum problems, when they're not brushing properly, when they're not flossing. And he's like, it's a curse because all I'm doing is like staring at their mouth.
Yeah, it totally is.
And you're just like analyzing every pore.
You can't help it. You can't help it. And you can't help it. But I used to never be that way. I used to never be super involved with skin but man, this journey is just it's
I still go into restaurants and I'll grab the menu and I'll be like, this talk. And whenever anybody hands me a business card, I'll be like, that's an expensive card.
When was the last time you defrosted the freezer? I don't think so. These dipping cabinets don't look up to par.
Oh, you know which one? You know which one was the worst? The where you used to throw like the leftover milk if you didn't throw like because I used to work in a cinema where we did milkshakes and ice cream. And
Uh-huh.
if you didn't deep clean that every night, the next day it would smell so bad because the
Oh yeah.
dairy was
Yeah.
sitting at the bottom.
Yeah, those frozen what were they called? The soft serve ice cream machines. They actually got rid of it because franchisees weren't able to keep up because just like taking apart a machine and
Yeah.
then
You got to pull it all out. And yeah,
sanitizing it and then reassembling it. And so they just omitted it.
every
So
night. Otherwise,
everyone's
it
like,
goes.
yeah, our soft serve machine isn't working anymore.
Oh, is that what's also happening in McDonald's?
Probably those things are like you got to be an engineer to be able to like sanitize.
I feel like
those.
sometimes they make that on purpose so that, you have to call the technician and the technician has a
Exactly.
job.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank
Absolutely.
you so much for hopping on here. If anybody does want to reach back out, what's the best way for them to reach you, whether it's on LinkedIn, social media, your email, phone, location? What's the best way for them to reach out?
For me, it would be phone. Give me a call. Reach out. I do complimentary consultations. No pressure to commit. I'm here to help. I think it's really, really important, and I don't want this to sound cheesy, but I think it's really important for people to be really comfortable in their skin. And so I want to deliver that, and I know that I can, without the surgical invasive needles, downtime, and all of that. It's a natural approach, working from the inside out. So call me, text me, and then you can DM me on Instagram as well.
What's your handle for Instagram and what's your website? And I'll make sure to post your phone number too.
Okay, my Instagram is advanced_skin lab. And then my website is just advancedskinlab.com.
Okay, awesome. And I'll make sure to share Heba's contact details. So if you want to reach out and talk to her and let her analyze your skin while she's talking to you, you can do that. Or just get to know Heba a little bit better. Her contact details will be in the description. And again, thank you so much for hopping on here today.
Thank you, Maria. Love you to pieces. Thank you.